Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm playing along with Ginger over on Ginger's Corner and some of her friends in a series called All About That Base. And we are talking about base pages. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking again about base pages. This is the base page that I pulled to work with today. This is base page number 3, and it is going to be a golf page, as you can see. I had a box full of these pages that were like the end of a collection that I had put together some pages and just didn't know what to put on them, or they were a kit that I had put together but didn't have photos printed for, and instead of doing the extra legwork and going and looking for photos, I threw them in a box for whatever reason. Either I didn't have time or I didn't have an idea of what photos I wanted, all kinds of reasons. So I have a box full of these. You can go back and watch one of my original videos that said choosing pages, I think it was called, and that's where you'll see all of the pages that I went through and picked out 20 pages that we are going to be working with for this series. The photo that I'm choosing today is from that box of photos that I showed, where we talked about how I had a box of 4x6 photos already printed, and I was trying to work my way through them from before I owned my own photo printer, and trying to get those onto pages and into my albums so that I can put that box away and start just printing my photos at the sizes that I want them. So that's where this photo is from. It is the world's largest golf tee. Now I know that in the US they think the world's largest golf tee is in Casey, Illinois. However, in Canada, our world's largest golf tee is 10 feet higher than the one in Casey. So this is a 40-foot golf tee. It is found in a small town south of here called Trochu, and it is just outside of the Trochu Golf and Country Club. I love these little like roadside attraction thingies. I'm kind of obsessed. I will literally drive out to a town just to take a picture of it, do a little road trip, see what else that town has to offer. So I printed this one at 4x4 because it was taken for Instagram back in the day when that's how we did things, and I am just going to cut it down so that it fits in the photo spot that I had already put on this layout. I was saying in some of my other videos that some of the other girls don't put photo spots on their layouts, and there is, like Ginger says, there's no wrong way, right? The way I do mine is that when I'm using up a collection, I usually try to not just use the pretty papers, but I also try to use up the embellishment. My printer keeps talking to me. This is the second time it's done this in the last 15 minutes. I'm not sure what's happening. A lot of the other girls don't put those kind of photo spots on, but the way that I do my base pages when I'm using up a collection or using up scraps is that I'm also using up the embellishments that go with the collection and often the cardstock that I had put with it as well. So that is why you'll see that a lot of mine do have those photo spots on them. It's because I also want to make use of whatever cardstock or background papers that I had with the collection. Okay, so when I trimmed a little bit off that photo, it fits perfectly right into that spot. I also typed up some journaling on a scrap piece of cardstock, and it is going to go here. I had a little sticker here, and I pulled it up because I wanted to fill in that space underneath of there, and so I grabbed some washi to put in that spot, and let me just see if I can get it to, there we go, do what I want it to do. So I got some washi on there. I'm just going to add a little adhesive and add my journaling. I took my journaling right off the website about the world's largest things. Where did the sticker go that I had right here? Oh, here it is. So I'm just going to add some wet adhesive to get that back on there. So I've got my journaling, I've got my photo. I don't have a date for this photo. I guess I could look back and see when I actually went there and what day I took the photo, but I didn't do that before I turned the camera on. So maybe I'll add it after. I do have a couple of things that I want to add. So I have this sticker sheet that has 3 stickers left on it. It has this trophy sticker and it has these 2 golf club stickers. I'm going to use this trophy sticker for this layout. Okay, so I want it in here somewhere. I'm thinking I also want to use, I grabbed a scrap of paper that would coordinate from my scraps, and I thought I would fill it in this box. So let me just grab a ruler and measure that. It is, let's see, 2 3/4. So probably, okay. So I'm going to want to go 2.5 by 2.5 on my scrap paper here. I'm going to add this here. I'm going to tack down my photo. Okay. And then I thought, you know, I could add this here and then put this little thing that says world's largest. And I'm just going to add a little ink to the edges here so it doesn't blend quite so starkly with the, I'm just going to set it on top of my word strip. There we go, to embellish my layout. And I think that's about it. So I will look up a date. I did grab a few embellishments. Remember this little caddy that I had of embellishments that I wanted to get used up that had been kicking around in that box as well, left over from various kits. So I pulled out a few that I thought could go on here. This one that says Live Simply, I could put under here because I feel like that gives the golf vibes too. And then these 2 little punched out pieces that had been floating around in there forever, I thought I could probably get onto this layout somewhere. So let me see what I can do. I was thinking that I would put them onto a piece of paper, and I thought I would use the same patterned paper as I used here just to bring that around a little bit. So I grabbed a circle punch, and I thought maybe I can get a couple of circles and ink those up around the edges. And then I thought I could just put these onto those circles and just make like a little embellishment spot that I can add onto my layout. I don't feel like I need to add very much because I feel like in trying to use up that sticker sheet, I got a lot of embellishing on here already. And then I also added the washi. Okay. So I'm thinking I could put one up here, but then I'm really close to that patterned paper, right? So maybe one with my, what do you call this, journaling block over here, maybe in between my journaling and my golf ball paper, and then maybe one over here. What do you think? And that kind of puts the dotted paper in 3 spots, or I could put it down here too. But this is really stuck down. The foam tape I used here was really, really sticky. So I don't know if I can, I'm scared to pick it back up and wreck everything. So how about just right here and right there. And then I wonder if I can lift this one up because I used a different adhesive on this one. And it might actually come up because it was, ooh. it was just fun foam. Well, maybe it won't. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So I can put these two things kind of this way instead of making a whole other thing up here. Let me just grab my adhesive eraser to take that off. When I'm building a layout, I typically lift things up anyways, so this is not unlike my regular process, in case you're wondering. Ask anyone who watches me live. They know I lift stuff up. Okay. What do we think of that? Does that look a little bit more organized? Yes, I would say it does. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one down. And I'm going to just add a little strip of adhesive onto this one, just because I lifted it up and took away a little bit of the tackiness. And I'm going to put that there. I'm going to cover up just a bit of the camera, just to overlap. And then I think that's good. Okay, so all I need now is, I wanted to use a couple of these little arrows, and because I feel like they're the same, or very close to the same color as those golf tees. So I felt like, it's funny because when I made this page, I couldn't think of what I wanted on it. And then when I was going through my 4x6 photos with this one, doesn't that just like totally make sense? I feel like it does. I feel like the two things definitely coordinate. Okay, so I'm going to slide this under here. And I'm going to add a little ink. And a little extra adhesive. Put that right there. Cover up that seam. And then one more. A little ink. And a little adhesive. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And this is lifting, so I'm just going to give it a little bit extra help to stick down. That's just because I lifted it up to put on that washi. There we go. So that is, I think, my completed layout, except for maybe some enamel dots. We have some in here that could potentially coordinate. Not the purple and pink, but let's see about we could do a turquoise one in each cluster. And then we could use this blue one because it also definitely matches. Kind of, there we go. And then how about some green ones? Could do green. And then how about some white? We could go with a white one also. There we go. Okay, so I feel like that is my completed layout. So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. I will try to remember to add a close-up shot and a detail shot to the end of this video. If you're interested in one-click viewing of a playlist of everybody who's following along, please look in the description box. There'll be a link to Ginger's Corner YouTube channel where you can find that collaborative playlist where we can all add our videos. And if you would like to follow along the Hop the old-fashioned way, we also have everybody listed in the description boxes. So thank you so much for being here today. I hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.